Aloha y bienvenidos to the Tiki Talk Show with Dean Niri Martini. I'm Dean Martini.
And I'm Niri Martini, and in this episode, we're paying homage to Nautical Antiques and Tropical Decor, which used to be in downtown Galveston, Texas, before closing its doors forever.
This episode has been a year in the making. We originally planned for it to air last summer, just after launching the show and shortly after the closing of Nautical Antiques, which for those of you that may not know about them, they were like the Oceanic Arts of the Texas Gulf Coast.
And since we missed our original target date for the airing of this show, we decided to hold off and share the episode to commemorate their 1-year anniversary of the closure of Nautical Antiques. And by the way, they closed June 1st, 2025.
Yeah, this is something we really didn't want to rush, right? So that's how come we postponed it a little bit. And we're proud to say that we got the chance to meet and to know the owners of Nautical Antiques, Michael and Adrienne Culpepper. We also had the opportunity to get some of the Manukai Tiki Room's decor from the Nautical Antiques, especially our netting and glass floats, as you can see here, and netting is all around the Manukai Tiki Room.
We did. And so did a lot of other people. Nautical Antiques salvaged and sold ship wheels, portholes, netting, floats, ship lights, you name it.
On the day they closed, we visited with Michael and Adrienne, who are an all-around cool, hardworking couple, just like yours truly.
And can you believe that they were in the ship salvaging business for 25 years?
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe, but they'll tell you that it flew by super fast.
Time flies when you're having
It
fun.
does. After a quarter of a century of providing individuals and businesses with antique nautical and tropical decor, they decided to call it a career, weighing anchor and shoving off on a new adventure.
So let's go check out Nautical Antiques and talk with Michael and Adrienne.
Hi, I'm Michael.
And I'm Adrienne.
Thanks for being on the show, guys, and welcoming us into your business. So tell us, how did y'all get started in the business 25 years ago?
Well, that's a great question. My parents had always been in importing, and through their contacts, after I graduated from college, I realized that building houses wasn't my thing, and through their contacts, I was able to get the first link to importing and importing nautical things.
And out of curiosity, how does one get into the ship salvaging business?
So there's only a few breaking yards in the world, big breaking yards anyhow, and they're located in India, Bangladesh, and Turkey, and Pakistan. But we went to the first three. We made contacts in each place, and through a lot of work, we were able to build contacts that we were able to trust with what they sent us.
So these are all places that you've been to?
Yeah, save Pakistan, because it was when we started, it was right in 2000, and then September 11th was soon after, and it's just not particularly, it's not that bad, but it's not particularly safe enough to go to where it was worth it.
But yeah, an important part of the job would be going and physically visiting each place and picking out all of the inventory that we carry. So going to the breaking yards, India, Turkey, Bangladesh, is kind of part of the job. It's a fun part, but it's a dirty part.
And how much time do you spend when you travel to these places on the other side of the globe?
We would carve out the entire month of November and to travel to these destinations.
We spend about a week in each place. So a week at the yard in India, a week in Turkey, a week in Indonesia. We go to the shipbreaking industries that we actually do visit are India, Turkey, and Bangladesh. We also go to Indonesia almost every year, to Java and Bali to get decorative stuff. So a lot of people want figureheads, but those are really hard to find because real figureheads are usually in the museum or super expensive. So we go to Indonesia, which is where they're renowned for carving, and we'll bring pictures of museum pieces, and then they recreate them. So so going to Java and Bali is an important part of where we go. And then wherever else we can find stuff, really.
Yeah.
We used to get items out of Haiti. We've never been there though. And then several other places, I guess, around the world. But those are standbys that we go to every year.
So we've seen a photo of you guys in front of these massive ships. Do you have to like go into each one and haul out what you select?
Because that's a lot of stuff.
Thankfully, no. We are able to go on board if we ask, especially if we ask ahead of time. Everything's under pretty strict rules because of the dangers, labor dangers and such, and they don't want Westerners really coming in and filming a whole lot. But they realize that some people are buyers that would buy quite a bit of stuff, and so they want to come on board. We weren't specifically coming on to actually oh, I want this piece, I'm putting it in my backpack, but it's more like to tell your contacts, this is the type of thing we're looking for. If you can find more of these and maybe polish this part, then that would be really good. So it's more of a scouting mission rather than we have to go on board each time.
It's also part documenting which specific vessels we go on board, because a lot of people want to know which ship did this come off of. And although that's a needle in a haystack, oftentimes we do document any time that we can. So if we do a vessel visit and can note and take pictures of all of the vessels within our proximity, we can know for certainty that this batch of lights came off of this particular ship. And then that's a bonus for a lot of people that want to know the specific story behind the piece.
Right, of course. So if you have one of these nautical artifacts at home, I mean, you want to be able to tell your guests the story behind it, if you can get it.
Yeah.
Right. And we try not to make things up. So we try to stick with when we've actually physically been on that vessel or have been in the vicinity of it to use it by name.
Now, how did you decide to have your business in Galveston?
I moved to Galveston and started the business. Adrienne was going to Texas A&M at Galveston, and we met here, and we formed a personal relationship, and then later we became partners in the business.
You can edit this out, but I slept my way to the top of this. But no.
Don't edit it.
Keep that part in.
No, I mean, Michael was doing home construction in a very cold environment, and he said there's got to be a better way. He wanted to escape the cold and came south, kind of picked Galveston at a little bit random. And then we met here on the rebound in a bar where your mom tells you to meet your spouse. And I decided to do my a school project under the wing of this gentleman, and then it kind of grew from there.
So this isn't the same building y'all started out in, right?
That's correct. We started in the building that Michael bought in 2000 from Fred Moore at 22nd, 23rd and Winnie. And that building became obliterated after Ike. So
Yeah,
we
it
had,
was destroyed, unfortunately.
we had the opportunity to move to this spot after Ike. And it was kind of a jump because this building also had issues, but we got very lucky with a good builder and kind of fixed the building and been here ever since.
Yeah, it was one of those points in life where things kind of fell into place and it worked out really well.
So do you have any favorite pieces that you've sold or maybe even kept for yourselves?
Through a private collection, we bought the nameplate off of the C&B, which was the Cleveland and Buffalo Line flagship, and it was actually their company name was C&B, like the letter C, an ampersand, the letter B, but the name of the flagship was C&B, SEEANDBEE, and it was the largest of their fleet, and we were able to procure the actual builder plate off of it. Unfortunately, we at the time we didn't have the means to keep it. We had to resell it, but it was an interesting piece to have, at least for a little while.
Michael loves buying builder plates. So we've had a lot of builder plates. I think my favorite thing would probably be the glass floats, because you just don't, they don't use them anymore. They don't make them anymore, not the real ones. And unless you know what you're looking at, a lot of people, that's the first question we get in here is, what are these things? So since they're authentic and they've been around the world in one way or another, I think that's probably my favorite find.
So does your decor follow you home and into your lifestyle?
Not as much as it used to. After Hurricane Ike, which we've told you that our building was destroyed, our home was also heavily damaged. And I had lots of collections of different types of things, and largely they were swept away or taken away.
He had a really good Galveston postcard collection, and it was really extensive, and those just became
Mush. But anyhow, so since then, we really kind of looked inward and thought, really, we are what we need, and our dogs, and family and friends, and so we've become a little bit of minimalists. There's been a few pieces that we've gotten that we were like, oh, hey, this is really cool. Let's take this home, and we have, and they're not particularly expensive pieces, just something that spoke to us.
But we've enjoyed having the ability to enjoy something at home, and then when we're tired of it, we'll bring it here and we'll sell it, and then we'll bring the next thing home. So
Yeah.
we don't have a lot. I don't like to dust, so therefore we don't have a lot of worldly possessions in our house.
Now, how many other businesses have you worked with to help them decorate their places? We've seen some glass floats and portals and in tiki bars in this area, like Pineapple Parlor and Lalo. I can only imagine how many it's been.
Probably a lot.
I don't
When it comes to like seafood restaurants, I mean, I mean not even just seafood, any restaurants. So many in the Houston area, but even nationally. Some of the one of the chain restaurants bought stuff that went all around the country.
But design wise, we can't take credit for that. I mean, people really have, we're lucky that a lot of people have a vision when they come in and they're like, I need this and this and this, and they kind of have it planned out. Of course, we do have people come in and ask, can you design my space? And I mean, we don't have that skill, and it's a hard thing to do unless you have seen the space. And a lot of times people come in with this idea in their head, but the building hasn't been built yet, and that's pretty tough because you don't know where windows are or seating is.
Right.
So a lot of designers have bought from us, and a lot of restaurants and bars and tiki themed places, but they seem to all have a really creative way of having a vision before they even need us.
So, question of the hour. What made you guys decide to retire?
Well, first off, we're blessed with the ability to do that. So we're very fortunate, and we recognize that. And but second off, we realized a few years ago that retail was just not our bag, because it's a lot of dealing with a lot of different types of people, and some people probably thrive on that, and we're just not those particular people, and that's okay. But we have enjoyed it to the extent that we can, and we've already talked about the travel. That was one of the real perks of the job.
Was the question why did we decide to make it a career?
To call it a career.
Or to call it a
Or
career to the end?
You could throw it
To
to the
end.
end.
Uh-huh.
You guys decide to call
No,
it a
he's
career?
better at English than I am. Yeah, no, that's a fair statement. Yeah. And 25 years is a nice round number. Michael's going to be turning 50, and we're getting out with our souls intact. We're going to see what else is out there in the world for us.
So do you realize how much you guys will be missed in the community? Not to mention all the sub-communities you've done business with, like the Tiki community, for instance, for what you guys have meant to Galveston, and all those businesses and individuals who've shopped at Nautical Antiques to decorate their homes and businesses.
That's so nice to say, and we're very fortunate that a lot of people say that, and we are so grateful for that. I mean, it's pretty awesome to be appreciated, and no, I don't. I mean, we don't think that we're the greatest thing in the world, definitely, but it's very nice when people say that they appreciate it. And I mean, we know there are other places out there like us, but it's also a very niche market. So it's nice to hear. And
And we do recognize that not every business owner gets to hear that daily, and we do appreciate that.
What has your business meant to both of you, and how do you feel about closing this chapter in your lives?
Go ahead.
you gave me the hard one. Well, to me, the business has meant, I guess, I mean, our livelihood. It's where I met my best friend and spouse. It's where I learned how to work with another person. It's where I learned how to do math, and I still can't do math. So, I mean, we've had so many, our life experiences have been through this business. We have been able to travel, we've been able to grow, we've gone through losses, we've gone through gains, we've met a lot of customers that have become friends. So, I mean, it's been our life for 25 years and it's been good to us. Of course, anything in life, there's pros and cons, and we're fortunate to have as many pros as we do out of it, and overall, it's been really good to us.
As far as what it means to move on from this chapter, I think it's something we've had a plan for several years now to do this exact thing. And honestly, when we started the plan or when we put the plan into action, we didn't know that we would be at a point where we could really call this retirement. And we know that we're fortunate that we can. But I forgot where I was going with that.
Um, m- I should have been listening better.
As far as yeah, let me start over. As far as moving on and ending this chapter, it's something that we've had in mind for years, and so I think those years of knowing have helped us understand, process it, and know that it's coming and be prepared.
So it wasn't just a quick decision. You eased your way into it.
This is part of a 10-year plan, which we implemented almost 10 years ago. And it was a combination of knowing that we wanted to do other things with our life, but also it's just simply getting harder to find this stuff. When we're on buying trips, and where you used to be able to go to the breaking yards and you'd find brass or copper lanterns or lights, then those gave way to now there's galvanized, which are cool too, but then eventually even those go away, and now they're just plastic or fiberglass. And just the material that the shipbuilding and breaking industries use has changed so much because things are seen as disposable. So there aren't as many possibilities when you go and you buy a batch of life rings. They're really not as cool as they used to be. So it we saw kind of this coming to an end, of being able to find cool stuff, and it just kind of worked out with our life timeline of figuring out what else we're going to do when we grow up.
And what are the plans for your future? Because y'all are still very young.
Well, thank you. We have some things that we both like to do and would like to try that have either been neglected or not experimented with, because when you have a small business, you're really putting a lot of time into it. You're almost married. It's almost a third wheel in your marriage. So we plan on doing some of those things, and those are reading and traveling and hiking, and we're both poker players. I'd like to start golfing a little more. So there are plenty of things that we would like to do more of, and we're just excited to be able to spend a little more time doing those.
Well, it really sounds like you're going to have fun, and you get to be a little bit more spontaneous too now.
We're trying to be a little more spontaneous with life. I mean, having a small business, you are kind of at the mercy of everybody else's schedule. So, we're looking forward to seeing what we feel like doing that day, and maybe we'll do that, or maybe we'll do something else. So we'll see.
So now that you're closing up shop, what parting words do you have for the community and all the folks whose lives you've touched?
Well, I mean, big time thank you, because I mean, obviously would be nowhere without our customers, and we appreciate every one of them, the nice ones. And then maybe we should edit that. But no, I mean, it would just everybody overuses gratitude, but we definitely have a lot of gratitude for all of the customers that have come in. I mean, people that buy one $5 thing to people that come in and buy a $5,000 thing. The people that are kind and are patient, such as y'all. Mean it means something when people are humane and kind to each other, and it's just been fun to work with people that enjoy what they're getting from us. So thank you, I guess, would be the what I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. And one other just small note to like those of those of you out there that do own a small business, like we recognize that those first few years, you just have to keep putting time and money just back into the business. But we would implore you that once you get to a point where it is sustainable, that to take some time to yourself and go do the things that you like to do. When COVID hit, it was one of the greatest things that could happen for us, because we started getting out, going to national parks, learning what we really like to do with our life, rather than just, well, we knew what we were going to do. We're going to go work the next day, and there's nothing wrong with work, and work's great, but learn about yourself and your loved ones.
Yeah, that's a good answer too.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. We really loved having you on the show and letting us be a part of this special moment in your lives. During Nautical Antiques' last day, we spoke to Leah, a friend of Michael and Adrienne's, who was also on hand during the closing hours of Nautical Antiques.
She shared her feelings and experience with us at Nautical Antiques now that it was closing.
Oh my gosh, they finally get to retire after 25 years of really hard work. So I'm super, super happy for them. So my husband and I live around the corner here and have known them for a while. And anytime we have family come in town, they always want to come look at this shop. So I can't believe it's finally closing down, but so happy that they get to go enjoy their life. I mean, it's just one of the places you go visit in Galveston. It's just an amazing store. So yeah. I know people who have opened bars that have bought a bunch of stuff in here, got new beach houses and have decorated it from in here. So, and not just in Galveston, just like all over.
Right.
We were with them in Vegas one time, and there was like a little speakeasy that had some of their stuff in there that we just happened to come upon. So we came right at closing time, so we could just have a little celebration, say congratulations to them. So yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for staying on.
Cheers, 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 congratulations.
I didn't thank you guys. Like.
Michael and Adrienne are a really cool couple, and it was sad to see them close up shop.
It was a bit sad, especially since we only got a chance to shop there a few times. But we're also very happy for them because they built a successful business, they did what they loved, and they got to work side by side together for all those years.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, and it's something special.
I think so too. And if you're wondering if they sold everything, they didn't. Their remaining inventory is available at Auto Depot in Otto, North Carolina, all the way up there.
Of all places.
I know.
So check out their website and see if you can still grab some nautical antiques or stop by the Auto Depot if you're in that area.
So that's our show for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We'll see you next time on the Tiki Talk Show with Dean and Niri Martini. Mahalo.
Gracias.